So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers find themselves in a very interesting situation. They made some good moves this offseason so far, and they made one move that made me scratch my head. The best move they've made, and there's no hate towards him or no shade, was getting Leonard Fournette off this team. He's not the same running back he was in years previous. And just be completely honest with you, just doesn't have the juice anymore. You can say it was the offensive line, but Leonard Fournette just wasn't a good running back. You have good pieces on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. When you look at Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, there are two very good wide receivers, one of the best receiving tandem in all of football still. Even with them coming off of a down year, both of these guys broke 1,000, and Mike Evans has had 1,000 yards every single year in his career, and he's one of the best wide receivers in the game. The problem is with Tampa Bay Buccaneers is not their defense, it's going to be their offense again. You're bringing in a brand new offensive coordinator who I believe will change life with this team, but I'm worried about the quarterback position. They signed Baker Mayfield. I don't know what the logic is behind this 100%. It has to be to just bring in competition for Kyle Trask. Baker Mayfield is not a good quarterback in the NFL. And I've seen the excuses already been made. The Cleveland Browns tried to put a team around him. I understand the thing with the Browns went sour. The Bucs saw this guy in their division have the Carolina Panthers as one of the worst teams in the league when he was a starting quarterback. And as soon as they left far from him, they were in the playoff race. And Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans know this for the simple fact that it came between them and the Carolina Panthers who win the division out of the two. It was one game before the last game of the season. These two teams duked it out. The Carolina Panthers secondary was hurt, and Mike Evans had a field day. I'm just looking at this from this point of view. Baker Mayfield has stints and has games to where he does look good, but for a long stretch of time, he doesn't. We've seen him go out there and throw dumb interceptions and not read the defense. This is a man that's on his fourth team, and he was the #1 overall pick a couple of years ago. Now, maybe it's a chance that he can revitalize his career with these two good wide receivers because he never played with wide receivers like this before. But I also know a guy that was in this similar type of system that threw for 30 interceptions in Jameis Winston. Now, I don't believe Baker Mayfield would do that, but those interceptions and turnovers that he has are very mind-boggling. And the same with Kyle Trask. Todd Bowles got to see him. Bruce Arians got to see this guy more than me and you in practice, training camp, and minicamp. I believe that they should give him a chance to at least start the season and see how he looked in game. But it seems like it's going to be either him or Baker Mayfield. But Baker Mayfield is a bridge quarterback at best. And it makes me scratch my head about where this team is going long term. A lot of people believe that this team is going to try to go rebuild with aging contracts. Instead, it seems like they're trying to win now. And it is smart on their end because Mike Evans is still under the age of 30. He's 29. Chris Godwin is still young. And they cut some tight ends. Cade Otton is now your #1 tight end. And I think that he has good potential as well if you can develop him. I like Tristan Wirfs, the tackle. Ryan Jensen is a good center. He only played one game last season, and that was the game against the Dallas Cowboys, which was Tom Brady's last game of his career. And we saw this team last season struggle to run the football. They have to get more aggressive up front, and that offensive line has to get better. I understand they were dealing with injuries, but they still need to be better up front. I like the two running backs that you're bringing in, and Rashard White and Chase Edmonds. I really like Rashard White. Bringing in Chase Edmonds is going to give you some more juice, while Rashard White should have got more carries last season. I like both of these guys. They're not power backs in any type of way, but they can get you some yards and get you some bursts in the open field, and these guys can catch the football at the backfield. The defense speaks for itself. They're going to always be a strong defensive unit for the simple fact that Todd Bowles is a very good defensive mind, one of the best defensive minds in football. Him as a head coach, I'm still scratching my head there. I still have questions about Todd Bowles as a head coach. We saw the stint with the Jets. It didn't turn out too well. And last season, the wheels completely fell off the track. The Bucs didn't look the same. They were less aggressive. They punted the football more. And in certain situations, they were too aggressive on defense. He didn't believe in Tom Brady. It was a game to where it was a 3rd and 1. He opted to just run the football. It became a 4th and 1. Next thing you know, Todd Bowles says, let's punt and let's trust our defense, and they lose the game. If he didn't have the same trust in Tom Brady, imagine the trust he's going to have in Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask. And he's one of those old school head coaches. Try to run the football and win with their defense. But their defense is still really good. They did a number of damage without Shaquille Barrett. Vita Vea is very good. We've seen what this defense is with and without him. 6.5 sacks last season, 1 forced fumble, but he's one of the best run-stopping defensive tackles in the league. Devin White has to be more consistent. He needs to go back to his form to when he went on the tear in that playoffs where they won a Super Bowl. He was amazing since then. Since then, not so much. He needs to play better and string up these games if he wants to get a contract extension. You retain Levante David, who is still a very good linebacker to have on your team. Despite the age, he is still very good. Shaquille Barrett will be coming off of a torn Achilles, but he is still a very good pass rusher as well. And they've retained Jamel Dean in free agency. And I like Antoine Winfield Jr. So you have a secondary that's solid with Jamel Dean and Antoine Winfield Jr. These guys need to be more consistent, and they need to put these guys in the best situations that suit them. I'm just worried about this offense long term. They struggled last season to consistently score points because they couldn't run the football. I believe the run game will be better. They fired Byron Leftwich. But hopefully Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask can get the ball out to these guys and they can be competitive. They're not in one of the tougher divisions in the NFL. You're in the division with the Panthers, who are still rebuilding. The Saints just got Derek Carr, but the Bucs and Saints always play each other close. And the Falcons are up there too. You play them close as well. So this whole division is up for grabs. It's not crazy for me to just write this team off and just say they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. But they could win this division again. They won it last season. Now, that was with Tom Brady, but it is possible if the quarterback position could just be stable and they could just do better at running the football. They were dead last in run efficiency and dead last in rush yards per game. So they have to be better up front. If they're healthy up front, they should be over the pack when it comes to running the football. Who should be the starting quarterback for this team? Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, we want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.